the fact that you had the Skarner, you had the Corki with decent poke from range. You also then have the Rumble ultimate that can come down through from the backline. To then have the Kai'Sa trying to dive into the backline. Do I trust Doggo? Absolutely. All right, well, let's jump into game 2, see how things pan out. Medic and I are going to do our best to... Oh, hang on.
Oh, KazaLoLL is ignited. He's trying to dodge, misses, but the hook from KaioWing goes wide. He still gets the kill. Hongyu now down to 0 HP as Hope will take that kill. They're going to chase KaioWing away, who doesn't have flash and doesn't have ignite and doesn't have a leg. Hongyu, who used his flash in that level 1, but Hongyu showing the power of the Gatling gun in the lane there, especially with Ryze having relatively short range. You can just Gattle him down. Shanks looking for the overload and he'll find it! And we just see a tool used that allows Tarzan just a little bit more safety around the Drake. Second time in 2 games, we've seen AL get the first Dragon.
TP now going to come through from Flandre. The grub started off. It's hard for Tarzan, though. He's quite far away.
Flandre goes in with the Justice Punch, doesn't land the taunt. KazaLoLL has the Pop Blossom level 6 and the Flash. Honkyu's going to try and chunk him out with a Gatling gun. Smite already used by Junja. Will be back up in a couple of seconds' time. Tarzan could just step in here and steal away one of these grubs, but he's looking for a flank of his own. Junja gets the second Smite off. I wonder if CFO will just disengage. Doggo culled. Down to 300 HP. CFO should retreat from this. The Realm Warp coming out as well. We'll bring Tarzan onto the backline. There's the Cyclone Pop Blossom. And it's a Venn diagram of death here for CFO. AL find 2 as they sweep away the LCP. I don't think it's the best idea. Hook is going to hit onto KazaLoLL.
It's too slow.
There.
They're not there.
Junja going in with the Smite. It's secured by Tarzan. Hero's Entrance coming out as well. Culling onto Hongyu. Realm Warp there for the follow-up. KazaLoLL trying to get in with the Pop Blossom. Junja there first target up towards the top side. Hongyu will fall first. KaioWing next as Hope flashes forward for the kill. Junja follows suit. It's a massacre. AL pick up 3 more.
CFO might still try and contest this, Medic.
Okay, the killer instinct from Doggo. He's a long way away right now. Can jump in. Junja trying to posture around it as KazaLoLL locks him up. KazaLoLL down to half HP, does still have that Pop Blossom taunt coming out. It's going to land, but only onto the Nautilus. There's a culling follow-up, Death Charge, Pop Blossom! And Nautilus is the one who just goes pop. Hero's Entrance comes in for the Magic Shield on KazaLoLL. Cyclone for the chase on Junja. Shanks is going to Realm Warp behind them, and Junja taunted up and taken out of the fight. They'll get 1 in response. Tarzan has fallen, but the objective and the win in the fight goes over to AL once again.
CFO are desperate to get...
CFO could look for the fight again, but they don't have the ultimates really for it. Might just be Junja riding through the wall to try and get the steal. Doesn't even go for it.
Game 1, we're seeing it again in game 2. They smother you with their pressure. Shanks, level 16. Hovering in the Tri-Brush, has the ulti to create a flank. The Dragon started off.
Junja's going to step forward, immediately jumps onto Shanks. Ooh. The Depth coming out as well with the 6-arm gun. Enough KazaLoLL, the first to fall in the fight, but meanwhile on the back line, Tarzan begins to rip through CFO. Doggo trying to get away as KaioWing looks for the hook, but can't land it on Shanks or Hope. Meanwhile, Driver falls to Flandre, and now it's all on the bot lane for CFO. Doggo, no killer instinct, no flash, just has the cleanse, and CFO won't take the fight any further. AL secure the soul, win the fight, a 6,500 gold lead as Doggo escapes, but KaioWing does not. It will be a 4-for-1, a soul for AL, and you have to feel the Artican alongside it.
The ultimate's going to be used to quickly rotate towards the Artican. The bot tower is available for them if they want it as well. We're going to look back at this MasterCard priceless moment, and I love the idea from Junja. Quickly come in onto Shanks, but the response from KazaLoLL was beautiful. A massive Nico ultimate connects onto multiple members, and it gives easy access for Tarzan onto the backline. He does so much damage on the Wukong. Doggo tries to respond with a dive of his own, but he just can't match the damage. He can't match the threat until he's forced.
Driver on this Rumble, Doggo a mile away, but always has the killer instinct to jump into a fight. There's a TP out from the Rumble. Hero's Entrance available for Flandre as well, as they dive onto Junja immediately. A 3-man impale, though it's huge! As Doggo begins to turn the fight around, all on the back of Junja. The killer instinct forward, Hope is extinguished! CFO! From nothing, find it all! An ace in the Baron as well!
That is the miracle that they needed! A perfect ace onto AL. Junja's the target that AL engage on, but he gets an ulti in response. Everything is thrown into him. And look at that, the 3-man suppress. And CFO get a 5-for-0 team fight.
The massive wallets that allowed them to beat CFO if the fight wasn't entirely in their favor. Now CFO begin to turn things into their advantage. And for AL, First time in this game since 30 seconds in that they have been on the back foot.
That was 8k gold to 1.
They are going to be able to sustain up through fights. Elder begun now by CFO. AL walk into the darkness. The Elder getting shredded immediately, down to 6,000 HP. AL might not even get in range. Tarzan's going to have to decoy in. The hero's entrance coming out, but there's the Elder, and Tarzan is already down. Kyle popping a heal just to escape the clutches of CFO, but Shanks does not have that same luxury. Slammed into the wall by Ginger. He can stop time for a second, but he's going to be sent to a timeout back to the fountain as Ginger takes him down.
Elder secured, 2 kills secured. CFO now set their sights on the base of AL with one of the craziest comebacks that we've seen at MSI. CFO is looking to equalize this series right here, right now.
And for Flandre, Hope, and Kyle, you are reeling from this last sequence. Just got to try and defend your base. It looks like CFO might not go for the full push. Ginger's not with them right now, but the rest of the team are posturing forward. I'm going to take down this inhibitor. Another wave coming in on its way. They're taking their time with it, clearing out the waves coming out of the AL base. Tarzan up in 2 seconds' time. We'll have that Cyclone and a flash. Here's Ginger to join up with CFO. Tarzan goes in with the Cyclone immediately onto Doggo, who cleanses the way, but Hope flashes forward and gets the kill. And now the rest of CFO are on the retreat. AL have forced them out of the base for now. 1:30 still on the Elder. That might be the final push we see from it because of double TP from AL. They want this game to end right now. Shanks on the flank, gets onto Driver, spell flux going out, but he has to be careful because of that Elder buff still remaining on CFO. They'll retreat as 4. Tarzan trying to get in here, Realm Warp up in 6 seconds, Dredge line, depth charge, not enough, no follow-up damage onto Shanks. The Ocean Soul as well, helping them out as Driver goes in with the Flame Spitter, but they just don't have the damage! Phosphorus Bomb finds its mark, a double impale as well. The Torn Kyle goes in with a Bomb Blossom, and they'll get one in response, but now it's all on Hope. It rests on his shoulders. He opens up onto Ginger, who flashes away. CFO out with 3 right now. Flandre, Justice Punch forward, Hope dashing in as well. Ginger will fall, Hongkyu has the GA, is it enough? Hope trying to heal up with that Ocean Soul. And it's a 1v1 between the mid and the bot. The Gatling gun, Valkyrie forward! Hongkyu finds the double.
Tarzan trying to get in range, but it will be too little, too late. The second Baron goes to CFO.
Accelerated in this game. Doggo as well has got a Seeker's Arm Guard and is going up towards a Void Star. These impales has been absolutely on the mark. They step forward, Kaiwin hooks, but only onto the wall. Depth charge, Pop Blossom, Hero's entrance. And once again, it's the wombo combo, Kaiwin already down. Doggo Hongkyu have to retreat as Junger's locked up as well. Driver's dead, the Realm Warp forward as AL look for more. Kyle on the flank, the Tangle Barbs onto Ginger.
Same speed that they were when they last had the Baron. They've got to be cautious about the angles with which AL tried to attack from. They've set their sights on the Flandre.
They land the Dredge line, but look at Tarzan across the wall. Goes in with a Cyclone and forces them off his top laner. Kaiwin down to half HP. Tarzan re-engages another Cyclone. The hero's entrance not going to land. The Realm Warp looking at that back line is going to be onto Kaiwin. Hongkyu force lowers. Ginger takes the brunt of it. The flash is away from CFO. Realm Warp not taken. Equalizers to turn it around, but with Ginger at a 3rd HP and the Ocean Soul sitting on AL, it's going to be tricky. You need to heal him back up. There's Krugs and there's Razorbeaks. If you can quickly hit them, he'll regen some of that health. The Elder now the target for AL. No vision in the pit for CFO. The control ward negates the vision that ward would give them, and there's the Elder. AL secure it away from their base as possible. We're going to have a crossover of about a minute between the Elder and the Baron buff.
Driver hesitant to push any further on the bot lane. He will go back to base. Now CFO, the main buff they need to be wary of is the Elder. You can see the cooldown bar at the top right of your screen. That means that they'll likely lose an inhibitor. But once the Elder is gone, then CFO can probably look for a fight. The wave clear is going to come through. AL want to keep the pressure up. Shanks going back to base. A numbers advantage for CFO, but again, against this Elder, it's a scary thing to try and force. The TP is available for the Rise.
Hongkyu just trying to harass down this wave from lane, from range, in fact, as AL won't push any further. TP to the mid lane. The Elder going to expire in the next 15 seconds or so. There's the Equalizer on the way, but the Baroned up minions don't take too much damage. Doggo trying to clear it out. AL will play for the mid lane in him, and they'll secure it. CFO wisely backing away. No wave here on the top side, but that's how it is down to a 3rd, and AL might just think they can tank it up. They start to do so. Takes a chunk, but it takes a while. Tarzan down to half HP himself, but In the end, AL will secure the inhib tower. Elder about to expire. There it goes. It's off CFO still. Backed away and gave up double inhibs.
They're not going to slow down with the pressure though. They're continuing with the push. Junja is incredibly tanky. He's not tanky enough to stop the minions from doing that damage. For now, the Nexus towers stay strong. No objectives on the map really, so AL have to keep the pressure going.
One of the weaknesses here for AL is that short range that we talked about all the way back in draft. How can Hope get close enough without the rapid fire cannon? Impale going in, there's a pop blossom as Kyle finds 3. Junja falls low, and he'll fall as we look for the engagement towards the backline from Doggo. Doesn't go in with the killer instinct, holds it for the moment. The depth charge used alongside that equalizer. The wave now pushing in, there's Tarzan, a hero's entrance. The GA on Tarzan's shoulders will bring him back to life. Both the Nexus towers are down as Kyle begins to open up on the Nexus. CFO trying to defend, but they just can't do it in the face of anyone's legend.